Alright, welcome back to part 2 of my reviews. I apologize again why this is in 2 parts. The reason being is because my account on Netflix, not Netflix, but my account on YouTube is back to 15 minutes worth of uploading time. I don't know exactly what happened to my unlimited time. I can only guess. There might be some reason, a copyright reason or something, I don't know. Maybe site reason, I don't know, but I'm cool with it. It's no big deal. Anyway, after that whole Sin Cara deal, in the back, the whole Sin Cara deal, we get a backstage deal with R-Truth and The Miz going into Triple H's office and trying to be as sincere as they can by saying they're sorry for what they did, they didn't mean anything, they love being superstars, they want to remain on the roster and all that and blah blah blah. Basically kissing up, if you will. Now, Triple H is like, fine, I accept your apology. Oh, by the way, and Triple H is like, okay, fine, I accept your apology. Oh, but by the way, you're fined $250,000. I'll expect a check in the morning on my desk. And then he says, oh, one more thing, and then he basically tells them before they leave that they have a tag team match against the team of Cena and CM Punk. So, after that, I'm trying to make sure, again, like I said, I'm not trying to skip anything. The next thing we get is the in-ring, I guess you could say, as they say on the Off the Rope show, the 1 hour main event for the first hour, and that's an in-ring interview with Jim Ross interviewing the new World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry. Now, Mark Henry basically gets on everybody's case, and especially JR's, and says that everybody, including you, JR, didn't believe in me. You guys didn't think I'd do this. You guys didn't think I'd be the champion. Now look where I'm at. Now he does go on to say, though, during this interview that he's never been in a Hell in a Cell. But the last night he put Randy through hell, and that he'll do it again. Now basically what happens is that he forces JR to apologize, or intimidates JR into apologizing for not believing in him. But then he basically starts bullying JR to the point that King comes in to try to stop him. And then Mark Henry's like, okay, you want to save him? Fine, but guess what? You're taking his place. So King tries to fight back on Mark Henry, but it doesn't work. He gets the World's Strongest Slam in the middle of the ring. And then Mark Henry goes outside, dismantles the announce table, and then puts King through the announce table. Now, what this tells me, when you have a heel champion like Mark Henry, even though he's accomplished what nobody thought he would accomplish, and yet you still have him bullying people and trying to take them out, what that tells me is you have a champion that's not going to be champion for very long, and it's basically you have a guy that says, hey, I won't back up from nobody, I ain't intimidated by nobody. Basically you have somebody that's saying, hey, storyline wise, kind of giving the message to the crowd, I don't want to face nobody, I should face people when I want to. That's just my opinion. So that kind of tells me, though, if Mark Henry's doing this, we may not get a title change at Hell in a Cell. We'll see what happens. Because, you know, if Randy Orton is WWE's other golden boy, the other super guy, don't think for an instant WWE's not going to want him to match his world title reigns, you know, his reign as the world champion with Cena's 10 reigns as WWE champion. Don't think they're not going to want to let that happen, because they will. The only question is when and where. Now, the next match we have is Kelly and Eve taking on Natalya and Beth Phoenix. Josh Matthews ends up joining Michael Cole at ringside. They kind of try to work on the seriousness of Mark Henry's, of what Mark Henry has done and still does, even though he's champion. We have a short Divas match. According to this, it ran for about 1 minute and 42 seconds. Basically, what happened is that it was short, and Eve this time is the one that gets the pinfall, not over Beth, but over Natalya. Now, I know a lot of people feel as though that, you know, in fact, the people that are off the rope show even feel this way, and I've even said it, that WWE is really trying to rebuild the Divas division around Kelly Kelly. I've said it before. The Schleg Daddy and Tasteless Tony T, or Tasteless Tony on Off the Rope show have said it very well, you know, very clearly, as well as I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have, that Kelly Kelly is sort of like the John Cena of the Divas division. You know, just when you think, oh my God, she's going to get dominated, she's going to lose that title, she doesn't. But don't think she's not going to lose it, because I got a feeling they're planning down the road to have her lose it to Beth or Natalya, probably Beth, and I'm not going to be surprised. I mean, according to what they've been playing up on WWE.com, from what I read online and what they mentioned here tonight, Beth Phoenix has basically stated in character it's time to get angry. So I'm just wondering if maybe we're going to have some kind of gimmick match at Hell in a Cell. Maybe the first ever Divas Hell in a Cell match? I mean, that would be one way to get Kelly to lose the title. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. But short match, but I could definitely say they're trying to, I mean, just my opinion, but it looks to me that they're trying to rebuild the division around Kelly and sort of make her as the John Cena of the Divas division, if not the next Trish Stratus of the Divas division. I know that's a stretch. The next match we have is Zack Ryder taking on Dolph Ziggler. Zack Ryder accompanied by Hugh Jackman. Dolph, of course, accompanied by Vicky. A short, decent match. To me, this is what you need to do with someone like Zack Ryder, who's really over right now with the crowd due to his internet show and everything here on YouTube. This is what you need to do. You need to get this guy over, because you need to get this guy more over than what he is. And Zack Ryder does end up winning the match after Vicky is ejected for slapping Zack Ryder, but the referee doesn't see Jackman hitting fist, you know, basically punching Ziggler right in the face and right into the Rough Rider. Now after that, we get a video package about Jack Swagger. Vicky Guerrero, we end up noticing after that package is done, is watching it with, you know, enlightenment. She likes what she sees, and basically this leads to her finally accepting Jack Swagger into the fold. So it seems that Team Vicky Guerrero, or Team Vicky if you will, now consists of Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. I don't know how long this stable may last. Let's hope it's for a while, but this is a good start to probably putting these two together as a tag team as well. Then we get a backstage thing with CM Punk and John Cena. Basically, they kind of exchange the fact that, you know, they've been through a lot, they go through the history, and they both acknowledge the fact that it would be a shame if one or the other got fired tonight. It would be a shame if John Cena became the first WWE champion to be fired. It would be a shame for CM Punk to be fired, because that way they wouldn't. Because if that happens, they wouldn't be able to make history again. And then, of course, with Hell in a Cell, we always end up getting the video package for it. And they go again through. It's the same thing we've heard for the past 10 years about it. So anyway, we get that Hell in a Cell video package, and then we get our main event, which is Miz and R-Truth, the Awesome Truth, against John Cena and CM Punk. Now, this was, to me, a decent tag team main event. Not one of the best, but decent. And You know, it was kind of back and forth. Awesome Truth dominated for most of it, trying to keep Cena isolated. But in the end, he did finally tag in CM Punk. CM Punk ends up winning the match for his team. In about, according to this, 13 minutes and 11 seconds. And it really, as this mentions, and I agree with it, it helps Punk and Cena look strong going into the triple threat against each other and Del Rio at Hell in a Cell in 2 weeks. And then Triple H comes out, congratulates Punk on a good match, and then fires the Awesome Truth. He fires Miz and R-Truth in Miz's hometown of Cleveland. Now Miz and R-Truth, you know, kind of like, well, what the fuck? You know, they had the look of, what the fuck? We just apologized to the guy, and he apologized to the guy who accepted the fines, and he's firing us? Anyway, they're not happy about it. They end up running up the ramp after Triple H, as Triple H is walking into the back area, and you see the locker room there, just sitting there. And next thing you know, Miz and R-Truth attack Triple H from behind. It takes the locker room, and it looks like Brodus Clay to physically help Triple H remove Miz and R-Truth from the building. Now, of course, Triple H is not happy about this, and Raw ends with him walking away, kind of looking real quickly and giving sort of like a nasty look to Laurinaitis, walking away, and that's how Raw ends. Now, to me, let me check my time here. To me, I will admit it wasn't one of the best pay-per-view Raw, post-pay-per-view Raws they've had, but to me it really developed more storyline here, because basically it looks to me that there's some kind of like almost like outside stable being formed that's going to involve the Miz and R-Truth and Nash and whoever else, basically aligning themselves with John Laurinaitis, possibly against Triple H, CM Punk, John Cena, and whoever else. I mean, they talk about The Rock teaming with John Cena in a traditional Survivor Series match at Survivor Series 5-on-5. I think we kind of got the seeds planted for what Survivor Series match he's going to be in. So, I'll say I'll give it about a 6 out of 10 for tonight's post-pay-per-view edition of Raw from Night of Champions, the night after Night of Champions. Tell me what you guys think down below. Comment if you like, and tell me if you agree with anything I said, and I will talk to you all later.